students, welcome to the online class session of accountancy. Today in this online class session of accountancy, I will explain you the topic dishonor of bill when the bill was retained till DOM, that is date of maturity. This topic relates to the chapter 8 of the name of the chapter is bills of exchange. Okay, right. Now, dishonor of bill. The topic is dishonor of bill. Dishonor means we are not respecting something or we are not honoring something. Means when the drawer, that is seller of the bill, or whosoever is having the bill receivable with him or her, reaches to the drawee, that is the seller, or that is the purchaser of the goods, or say the person by whom the payment is to be received, then what the purchaser do? He dishonor the bill, means do not make the payment of the bill on the date of maturity. So as a conclusion, when the bill is not honored, means when the bill's payment is not made by the drawee or say the purchaser of the goods, then this type of situation is known as dishonoring of bill. So the bill is dishonored by whom? By the drawee, okay, of the bill, who was supposed to make the payment of the bill on the date of maturity. Date of maturity I have already explained you how you can calculate it. Date of maturity is the 3 days addition, that is 3 days of grace which are added to the due date of the bill, and the date which we get is known as date of maturity, right? This is the basic journal entry which is needed to be passed when the bill is dishonored by the drawee. This will be further explained to you. First of all, reading out the question. I am reading out one question from NCERT in order to explain you this question, this topic. And the question is question number 3 of NCERT. See the question number 13 of NCERT. Many cases are there, that's why I have selected this question. There are 4 cases which will help in understanding the previous questions also and some preceding questions also. Okay. So I have selected this question as for your quick revision. Now, Vimal purchased goods rupees 25,000 from Kamal. So here Kamal is the seller of the goods and Vimal is the purchaser of the goods. Okay. On Jan 15, 2016. Right. So on the basis of this transaction, the very first journal entry is to be passed. The journal entry which is to be passed is based on the basic journal entry, debtors debit to sales. Already I have explained you many times. Whenever goods are sold to someone on credit basis, then that person, that concerned person is known as debtor, and debtor according to rules of debit and credit as an asset is debited, because whenever asset increases they are shown on the debit side. Okay, so Vimal will be shown on the debit side and sales again showing the decrease in goods which are also categorized under assets. They are decreasing, so the goods by the name of sales will be shown on the credit side. So the very first journal entry to be passed is Vimal debit to sales account. Okay, on Jan 15, 2016. Now further reading out the question. And accepted a bill of exchange. Who accepts the bill of exchange? Vimal, the purchaser. Drawn upon by him by Kamal. The bill of exchange is always drawn by the seller. Here the seller is Kamal, and the person who will accept the bill is the purchaser. Keep in mind. Payable after 2 months time. Okay, right. So the due date will be Jan 15 plus 2 months, Feb 15, March 15. And the date of maturity will be, just add 3 days of grace. The date of maturity will be March 18. Keep in mind. On the date of maturity, the bill was duly presented for payment. Okay. On the date of maturity, that is March 18, the bill was presented for payment, but the bill was dishonored. So first of all, let us just pass the journal entry for acceptance of bill by Vimal. Okay. When Vimal, that is the debtor, will accept the bill receivable, then the place of Vimal, that is debtor, will be occupied by another asset, that is bill receivable. Okay, so bill receivable, another asset, will increase and will be shown on the debit side, right? And being the place of Vimal occupied by bill receivable, Vimal will be shown on the reverse side, that is its place will be changed to credit to Vimal. Okay, bill receivable is the bill whose payment is to be received in the near future, means it is equivalent to cash, and cash is an asset. So bill receivable is also categorized under asset. It is increasing, so it will be shown on the debit side. Vimal, the debtor whose place is being occupied by BR, bill receivable, is decreasing whenever debtor, which is categorized under asset, decreases, is to be always shown on the credit side. That's why I have shown Vimal on the credit side. These journal entries are only based on the rules of debit and credit, which I have explained you when I was just explaining you the chapter journal entries. Okay, recording of transaction 1. Now, on the date of maturity, just we have calculated, that is March 18. The same bill was dishonored. Now, bill receivable entry which we have passed on Jan 15, that is the second entry. Okay, bill receivable was shown on the debit side, but this bill receivable was of no use. Why no use? Because its payment was not made by Vimal. Okay, so bill receivable, the asset which is of no use, means it is decreasing. And now, to whom the seller Kamal will reach? He will reach to Vimal. Why you haven't made the payment of the bill on the due date? Make the payment to me. Okay, now again, what will happen? The place of bill receivable will be occupied by Vimal again, the debtor. Vimal is increasing, it will be shown on the debit side, and BR, bill receivable, whose place is now again being occupied by bill receivable due to bill's dishonoring case. The second journal entry will be reversed. Okay, right? So that's all for today. Just take the screenshot of the same question and fear it up. Okay, a YouTube video link of the same explanation will be shared by me in the class WhatsApp group. Go through it repeatedly, watch the video.